Hey guys, and welcome to another episode for the Love of Lily. So I am super excited to come to you guys today because for the first time I am doing a collaboration and I'm really excited about this. I'm excited because this collaboration I am doing with a beautiful creator, and her name is ToyaRenee, and she has an amazing channel that is called ToyaRenee Talks. Guys, if you have not checked out her channel, you have to. So I have part 1 and she has part 2. You will be able to find the link in the description. So make sure you check out both amazing videos. So we have questions that we received from our IG accounts. Now, if you are not following us on IG, make sure you look in the description for mine as well as hers. So let's get into this. I am so excited. Question number 1. How did you know the one was the one? Honestly, I have to keep it absolutely 100 with y'all. Like, my heart knew right away that my husband was my one. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, why do I feel like this? I'm like, I can't feel like this. This isn't right. But what I felt when I first met my husband was something I had never felt before. He touched my heart, he touched my soul. He definitely showed me what it was to be a partner. He showed me what it was to be loved. And honey, let me tell you this. A man that can accept you and your baggage is a great thing. So you have to have a feeling within your heart, within your soul. They have to support you in all aspects of your life. And honey, they have to push you to want to do better. That is when you know that the one is the one. Question number 2. Why is love so hard for a woman to accept? These are some great questions, like, in all honesty, because this is definitely a doozy. It's because we're belittled. We're kind of classified that we have players, you know? We have the pimps. We have guys who just want what they want. You feel me? And sometimes when you're so used to that mentality of being used and abused, when someone comes along and they actually love you and they want you and they want to accept all of you, it can be a little difficult. Mainly because it's something that we haven't experienced. Do you get what I'm saying? How many times have you heard stories of a woman doing everything for a man, helping him to build him up to where he needs to be successful, and then he leaves that woman that he's with and he finds another woman to shower all the blessings for which this other woman has built him up to be? You have to be vulnerable. I know it's difficult because we have to have on a strong front. But when we have that person that comes into our life and they change it and you feel feelings that you've never felt before, open up. But a lot of the time it's because we've been hurt and we don't know how to accept that hurt and not bring that baggage into our new relationship. All right, question number 3. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I wasn't ready for this one. Okay, number 3. Why are Black women treated less than and not appreciated? Why does this even have to be a question? It is so sad because this question is very factual. I have to be honest. Can I take it back to slavery? We have a history. And this is one thing I would like to let y'all know. All my melanated people out there, we have a history before slavery. Do not think that's where our history started. We have a history. Do your research and do your due diligence, because you will see that it does not start with slavery. Though that is where we like to start our history here in the United States of America, baby, that is not where it starts. But that's where I have to go in this particular notion. During slavery times, the Black woman would have to watch her husband or her significant other, a very strong, tough man, get beaten to less than, to watch him at his most vulnerable point, or for them to break that family up, and then that woman has to put on a strong front to be able to sustain that family, to be able to raise those children up, to make sure that they know that they are strong and they are capable. I feel like for us as Black women, we are treated so badly is because that's mainly the depiction that you see within history. They say that our skin isn't beautiful. My depiction of this, of me being treated less than as a girl, was seeing dark-skinned women like me. Didn't see that many of them, to be honest. Not really. That took a toll on me. When I was younger, I told my daughters this story because they're older, and I will tell my son this story one day as well. I colored myself with a black marker because I was always called Black. But I'm not the color of a black marker. I just feel like we are treated less than because no one really cares about the Black woman. Or if we are, I won't say that because some people do care, but we are at the bottom of the totem pole. When it comes to beauty, we're at the bottom of the totem pole. When it comes to our natural, beautiful hair, we are at the bottom of the totem pole. Like, I'm not trying to sound as if everything about us is characterized as less than, but it is truly the reality of what it is. If you put, and it's a scientific fact, that if you put a black doll and a white doll together, they will say that the black doll is the one that's ugly. So even though we are treated less than in society, honey, everybody wants to be us. From our curves, to our swag, to our style. Just know that behind it all, you are the prize. Sorry, I know that was a long one, but honey, we are treated less than and not appreciated all the time. But when we get that right man up in our life, they give us all the confidence that we already had inside to bring it out and show to the world. Question number 4. What is your response to a change in frequency of communication? I really feel like you need to make sure you dissect the situation, because ask your partner, like, maybe their schedule could have changed. Maybe they have more hours they had to pick up at work. Maybe they could be going through something within their family. Let's think about those things before we think about the worst. Okay? Sit down and have that conversation with them during that time of communication when you guys can communicate, okay? So it could be something as small as when you're FaceTiming or when you're Google Duoing, whichever one it is that you use. Be like, hey boo, I just wanted to make sure everything was good. Like, is everything okay? Like, how was work? How is life? Like, how is your family doing? Are your friends okay? Start there before you think for the worst, because you might get the response that you need in that line of communication. It could be right there. Something else to think about. Could they be going through something personally? Ask them how they're doing personally. Don't just think that it's about you. Make sure you find out if there's anything going on with your partner. If you go through those questions and things are still heading in that same direction, you need to have a talk. Like, is this relationship still what you were thinking it is? If you ask them the question first, they'll be able to rebuttal it back to you, so that you'll be able to add your 2 cents and be like, you know what? I have to be honest. Like, I feel like our communication is lacking. Is there something that we can do to help speed this process up? Like, is there a better time that I can call you? Because I feel like I'm lacking a little bit of our communication, our intimacy with each other. Try that. Always try to think of the best thing before the worst. Because if you're in that committed relationship, you want to believe that your partner is in this committed relationship with you as well. So guys, I totally enjoyed doing this segment. It was so much fun. So guys, don't forget to check out the link below. Go check out my girl, ToyaRenee, and ToyaRenee Talks. Like for part 2, because I know you enjoyed part 1 because you made it to the end. So we appreciate you so much for watching. Please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and ring that bell. Ting! Don't forget to share. And don't forget to go ahead and hit the link in the description. Until next time, guys.